Hi. As I sat writing this speech, these words marinated and sunk into my brain. You will never know how much I love you. There I sat on my living room floor surrounded by family. My grandmother, two aunts, and an uncle, all closely knit like a glove, laughing and talking and sharing family stories. While I wrote this, my heart broke as I began to learn the importance of family and how amazing it feels to be loved by people that are meant to care for you. As many Americans sit with their families at dinner tables, out on the deck making barbecue, or watching movies and TV, or just spending quality time with one another, we all fail to realize that there are others who don't necessarily have the fortune of love that we all do. About 140,000 children are adopted by American families each year. 400,000 of those children are in foster care, and more than 100,000 of them are waiting to be adopted. According to the American Adoption Agency, there are some sources that estimate that there are about 2 million couples currently waiting to adopt in the United States, which means that there are a total of 36 waiting families for each one child who is placed for adoption. Excuse me. With that being said, in the U.S., 9% of adopted children are African American, 39% of those children are white, 17% of those children are Asian, and 11% of those children are multicultural, 23% are Hispanic. Why does race matter? The thing is, race doesn't matter when it comes to children, or race shouldn't matter when it comes to the well-being of children. I said this to say that regardless of race and ethnicity, children are looking for a place to call home. And for years, children have been abandoned, bruised, left behind, thrown away, and left loveless and heartbroken by parents and family. They've been turned away by people who are put on this earth to guide and protect them. In some cases, being thrown away is not necessarily the issue. Some issues are simply that parents can't provide for their children, so they put them up for adoption in hopes that they would find a better home and have a better life. Nowadays, we stereotype foster kids and adoptive kids as bad seeds and troubled children. We put them into these boxes of pity and hate, and when they already feel like they have nothing left to look forward to in this world. We don't understand that these kids in foster care have experienced serious rejection, and that trauma can manifest itself in bad behavior. But bad behavior doesn't necessarily result from the trauma of the child and the reflection on the person. And neither is it irreversible. With the right relationships and understanding of trauma and guidance, these kids can do amazing things. All they need is love, protection, and guidance, and all of the above from a loving and heartfelt family. According to the Fostering Hope Foundation, adopted child syndrome is a controversial term that has been used to explain behaviors in adopted children. There are claims to be related to their adoptive status. Specifically, these include problems in bonding, attachment disorders, lying, stealing, defiance of authority, and acts of violence. But this does not have to be the case for these children. If you can stop a child from going through life believing that they're not worth love and believing that they're not worth love or happiness, why not take action and take the chance on a child? Why not be the rock that shields a child from a terrible, unloved life? Why not give a child a chance to thrive? Why not allow yourself to be happy and share a life with the child who drastically needs love and guidance and hope in their life? Why not reward yourself with a meaningful relationship between yourself and a child who's been longing for a beautiful life? You may be wondering what adoption has to do with you, or why I'm even egging you on to adopt a child. Take 2-year-old Zaina, for example. Zaina was born in Africa, but came to America due to an illness she had endured at birth. And as a baby, Zaina was orphaned and in the custody of the local orphanage in her country, with no family and no one to love. When Zaina went through surgery, she was alone with no one to hold her hand. And at her side, no one to hold her hand and no one to be at her side during her recovery. If it weren't for 2 doctors who had a heart and took upon themselves to go out of their way to take care of for Zaina, and so that she wouldn't be alone when she woke up and wouldn't have anyone by her side, so that she wouldn't wake up with no one by her side. She had 2 people that knew nothing about her but showered her with endless love and affection. They showed her that there are good people in this world who can care for her and show her that there's more to life than sorrow and pain. A little after years, Zaina was adopted by these 2 doctors. These 2 people became a rock for this child. They didn't know anything about her, but they showered her and showed her that she is worth love and she is worthy of hope. Being by her side throughout the process, Zaina got a second chance of a family. And this could be you. You could increase the emotional and physical and cognitive capacities of the children you adopt. You can bring much happiness both to yourself and to the adopted child. While I grew up, people used to say that children are our future. That we are the population of our race that can either turn this nation around or drive it right into the ground. But that can only occur if there's love and hope and a family for these children. And these children deserve to be loved and have a place to call home and deserve to come home to a family who loves them and would do anything to show them that their love is unconditional. And you can make that happen. Take the leap of faith and adopt a child in need. Thank you.